You've got a message and you can't quit. The life of God is inside of you if you belong to Jesus Christ. You don't have the freedom to close up shop, close up your camp, go find a cottage by the sea, and it's over. You tell Thomas Kincaid, beautiful painting, but I can't live there right now. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 28, you are to go and you are to make disciples. In Luke chapter 4, the people tried to keep Jesus for themselves. Jesus, stay here. Why not? He's the best food-feeding healthcare program that's ever been. And Jesus said, I got to go to the next towns to preach the good news. Do you know when you get persecuted, Jesus actually says in Matthew chapter 10 that you're to go to the next place and you're to keep on preaching. Paul had every reason to quit. If I were Paul the apostle, I would have said to God, I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me. I thought you wanted the best for me. But you know, the mission that God had for Paul was one of suffering. But it wasn't one of suffering for his own sake. It was one of suffering for the sake of Jesus. Have you ever been stoned? Not the good kind, the bad kind. Somebody comes around you and they decide they're going to pick up some rocks and they're going to pummel you. They left him for dead outside of Lystra. In Ephesus, a riot started. Have you ever had a mob that was enraged like they were in Jesus in Luke chapter 4, only it's Paul now, and he's outside of Ephesus? They want to take his life. Over and over, Paul had the opportunity to quit. Pack up shop, say, that's enough. I've done everything I should do. I'm going to retire. Thank you very much. This isn't what I want. Some of us feel that way, don't we? We got family that doesn't like us. We got a society that doesn't care. We got a culture, politics that are an absolute mess. And does Jesus say, you know, I get it. Why don't you come and why don't you hide out? That's not what happens. Jesus says, why don't you get out there and why don't you proclaim my truth to the next people who will listen? Friend, there's no quit in the Bible. If you want God to use you magnificently, prepare for what it is that your master was going to go through. You got to fight for this one. This one matters above all other things. This one has eternal fruitfulness. In this one, eternal destinations are changed. In this one, God can change somebody who 1 second doesn't want to live, but is in the next born again. God can radically transform generations because you believed God enough to open up your mouth and your feet and your hands became serviceable to Jesus. My goodness, friend, let God the Holy Spirit use you. Give him a chance and tell somebody the truth and let God make much of Jesus through you.